Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-ba-da-bum ba-dum ba-ba-da-bum ba-bum bum. Hey, ba-ba-dum ba-ba-da-ba-da-bum bum dibbidi-bip-bidi-bidi-boom ba-ba-da-dee-ba-da ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. Oh, good. Hey, ZBD. I don't know how much longer I could have done that. Who am I kidding? Could have done it for hours. Good to see you, everybody. Will Baker, Sadie, Stephanie. I am Munker. Something about that I like. And I don't know what it means, but something about it I like. Hello to all of you. Practical Madness, Strawberry, Sarah, Amanda, Tufisi, Catherine, Oliver, Max, Eames, Baloney Fun. Hello. We ready to get right into it, guys? It is springtime in the great state of Alaska, and that probably is a little bit different than other states, I would imagine. Things look a little bit different around here, so I thought I would discuss some of the abnormalities, the specialities, the differences of springtime in Alaska. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I don't know if you can say welcome to me in the comments. I don't know how to say your name. Hopeful Rapture. Are you hopeful for the rapture, or are you hoping that it doesn't happen? But anyways, hello. Jackson Collins, bonjour. I have no time to watch today, but have an excellent stream. Well, thank you, Jackson, for saying something. Esri, haven't seen me live. No, I missed last 2 weeks of live. I apologize. I just got busy. Yeah, and that just happens. Back to springtime stuff. So that goes right off of it. What does springtime look like in Alaska? I wish I could just take the camera easily and show you. It is a wet, muddy mess. So in Fairbanks in particular, this is not all of Alaska. South Alaska, the snow does melt off throughout the year. You do have times where snow sticks around for a long time. But in Fairbanks, with very few exceptions, the snow that we get starting at the end of September to the end of October, that's usually the first snow, and then the last snows happen generally in March. All of that snow sticks, and it stays and it builds up, and we plow it off of the roads, onto the sides, and all that. Luckily, we don't get a ton of snow compared to, let's say, like Valdez, which is down south. They will get like 4 to 6 feet in a weekend, in like a 24-hour time frame. I cannot imagine. And now again, it does melt off, but I had a uncle living down there, and they were literally on the roof of their house shoveling up. Like, that's how high the snow had built, because they had to get the weight off of their roof, because as you can imagine, snow is very heavy. But we're not talking about Valdez today. I mean, we kind of are talking about Alaska. So anyways, ours sticks around. We don't get a ton of snow, but it builds up quite a few feet. It compacts down, blah, blah, blah. So springtime, of course, we're getting above freezing now. So right now it is 45 degrees outside, which just feels great. And everything is melting. So all these feet of snow that we have starts melting. The ground is still frozen, so of course it's cold for a long time up here, and there's always like a freeze line. Our freeze line can get 4 feet down and further. Excuse me. So anyways, ground is still frozen. The snow starts melting. It doesn't really have very many places to go. It can't soak through the ground very easily because it's frozen. So we get these huge ponds, and we call this season breakup season. So it's not technically spring. I mean, I guess it's like springtime if you go by the calendar of like March 22nd or 21st. Springtime starts, I suppose. But anyways, we call this breakup, and yeah, everything is just really, really muddy because the topsoil has thawed, and of course the water is just sitting there. So my backyard, I have a little pond. I've got some ponds in the front yard. Just one of those things you got to deal with. So I've got a very off of this, just like to plug myself on myself. Is I've got a fun video coming up this Sunday. I'm editing it right now. I'm really enjoying it. I think it'll be very fun. It is basically water sports fun in a Walmart parking lot, because again, all that water is just sitting there. So there's basically a big pond in a lot of places, but it's kind of urban, like kayaking and stuff. Pretty fun video. Really looking forward to. So that is the first startings of spring. That is what that looks like. Anyways, let me get a few comments here. Hey, Leisha. Good to see you. Same time. Wait. Mud season. Anyways, sorry, I skipped down to the bottom. You know me, guys. You know me. I don't know how to work this stuff. Hopeful Rapture, what's a freeze line? Well, you must live in either you're unaware or you live in a place that doesn't get below freezing very much at all, which could happen as well. So freeze line is just basically as the temperature above, of course, is whatever below freezing, your ground will freeze lower and lower into the ground. So it's like standards for building codes and stuff in your area that, hey, if your freeze line is 12 inches down, you probably want to put water lines, 18 inches down or further. So like our stuff here, our septic, which is where the poo-poo goes, they all need to be under 4 feet of dirt. Which is a good long way. So some of the septic systems, just as a side note here, because it's interesting and it's what I do on the side a little bit, a lot of them are like 14 feet deep into the ground, the bottom of the system, which is just kind of crazy. Something about a cool deep hole. Hey, Sophia, love from Spain. Well, right back at you, Captain. Esri, Blake, you remind me of what's his name from Frozen with the reindeer. Oh, you guys I don't know if this is reminding you of it. You like my overalls? These are a new addition. I thought, you know what? When I bend over, ain't no butt crack showing. I had some pants that kept pulling down. I was like, what in the world? I'm going to try overalls. It seems like an old way of doing things, but first I thought I should get suspenders. And I was like, well, let's just skip that thing and go right for the overalls. Got the suspenders built in. So this is like day one of having these, and send me all the compliments, guys. My wife thinks I look like Bob the Builder. She said it was in a good way, but I've never been called Bob the Builder in a good way before, so I don't know if that's true. Easy BD, you hear about the volcano that's going to erupt in Alaska. I have heard about it, but I haven't kept up with it. So you do some research for me and tell me how it's going. I don't think it's anywhere close to me, so I should be okay. Katie Cat, how's your powerlifting training going? Well, thank you for asking. I would say mentally, never been better. Physically, a lot of issues popped up. It seems unlikely. We will see. The last sign-up date is like May 10th. So here in a couple weeks for that strongman competition I wanted to do. Not powerlifting, but I know what you mean. So last sign-up date it is going to be May 10th. So I will see how I feel. So I may still sign up for it, but I don't want to just go there and not be able to do anything. So I was working back up on my weights pretty good, pretty quick. And then I tweaked my back. I don't know how. I don't remember it happening. Usually you have like a sharp pain or this or that. And then like doing squats and deadlifts were just like, how much did I have on there? I don't know. I did a deadlift at like 280 pounds or something. I was supposed to do 5 and I just did 1. And I was like, I can't even, that was like, I was not crying, but I did make some audible noises. So I had to back my weight all the way down, very, very low. I'm coming back. I think I just deadlifted 325 for a set of 5. My squats are still super low. And then on top of that, not to just make this a complain fest, but in jiu-jitsu, I totally tweaked my shoulder. So my overhead press is one of the events. And I think I still could do okay at it. I did just hit 135 on my press again for 3 sets of 5. But anyway, so the good part, so physically that being all kind of sucky, the good part is I have been consistent. And that has always been my issue. And I was like, no matter what, if I have to back the weights down, that's a bummer, whatever. Side note, it's a little bit easier with lighter weights, but just work through the injuries and train through them, not to further the injuries, of course, but a lot of people get that mixed up. Training, especially like back tweaks and stuff, as long as the training is not causing the back tweak, then you need to fix your form, but training through at light weights actually helps that stuff heal a lot faster. So that one's pretty much back to good. I still feel it a little bit, but anyways, so sorry about that, but I've been consistent and that's good. And worst case scenario, I will go and view the strongman competition, and then 2026, I'll come and dominate that thing. So sorry, got off on a tangent there because I like talking about lifting big, heavy weights. Max Eames, your overalls are awesome. Thank you. You got the memo. Eden Nicole, I want to see your picture behind you so bad. I love the look of it. Probably zoom somehow, but I don't know how. I'm not going to work on it. So my wife painted that. I don't know if it's done yet. She has painted, there's probably like 8 inches of paint. She'll just paint over canvases. It frustrates the fire out of me. Like, just, we can afford a new canvas. This is like art. You got to leave it. I think it looks so good. And she's like, I just don't like it anymore. So who knows what was underneath that, but she did those birch trees and really loved it. And then I'm not sure if, let me come over here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she plans on doing more. But of course, we have a ton of birch trees in Alaska. That's our closest thing we have to a hardwood up here. Esri also thinks that my Overalls look great. Why, thank you. Cat, Bob the Builder is definitely a compliment. First ever crush. Cat, that's weird. No way. I hope you're joking. Oh, man. Okay, what are some of your PRs for powerlifting? Well, simply, Ray, I will tell you. They're not great. They're not great for how big I am. Again, my consistency is not great. I have done an overhead press for 165. My worst is probably my bench. I think I did a 235 bench for a single. I've squatted 390, I want to say, or 385. And I have deadlifted 410. So, yeah, that's that. I wish those were all about 100 pounds heavier, and then I could be in the real strong category here. Ezri, Blake, what is your curly hair routine? Right now, it's not much. Let me kind of scrunch the crunch. If you're curly hair, diva girl, what are they called? Curly girl method. You know what the scrunch the crunch is about. When it gets longer, which it will get longer, I have a lot better routine. My sister, where is she? Where's big red curly hair? She's always watching. She has big red curly hair, and she has this all down, and she gives me tips. But right now, I basically just condition. A lot of people think you should shampoo every time. At least with curly hair, that is not the case. It just makes for a big foofy mess, and conditioner does have a lot of cleaning elements in it. Don't worry, my hair is clean. So I shampoo very, very like once a month or every other month, not much. Condition that thing, comb it out in the shower, because brushing your curly hair is a terrible idea. I gel it up, and then when it all dries, I scrunch that crunch, and then I get this weird dome. Right now, I'm in a weird phase, guys. It just happens. I could probably trim it up or whatever, but I'm letting this thing grow out. Selena Lilly, do you go back and forth from Alaska? Generally, no. I have only really gone back and forth from Alaska to visit Brandon and do videos with him since last November, and I've only done that 3 times. So if you ask me the last 6 months, yes, that has become more common, but before that, there was at least 2 years that I didn't leave the state at all. So I don't actually really like traveling that much, but I'll do it for the YouTubes and the possibility of Mooney. My mom's here, Leslie Marie. Hello. Cameron Pearson. Well, hello. Hello, Chantel. Giovanni, there you are, my friend. Finally, I have some free time to catch your lives. I guess I missed 2 or 3 due to my schedule at work being a total mess. How's the ice rink going? Yeah, so it's melting. I'm too afraid on that one. I probably will release a video. I'm undecided on it. I haven't edited the whole thing. Of not the ice rink, but of the ice house. The ice house did not get done, guys. I could not get out there enough to get it done, and now it's all melted, and I'm too afraid to go out on the melty ice. It's just a bad idea. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go out there. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to release a video with a fail at the end, or if I'm going to save it and just have it as one big video next year. I'll probably release it because it's a video in the schedule for me, but I don't know. I don't know how that'll go. Eden Nicole, condition that thing. That is exactly right. That's the only way to comb it out. Alicia, curly hair does what it wants. Absolutely. Serenade. Maloney Fun Blake, show the goat. I don't know what that means, but I ain't showing nobody my goat. What in the world, Baloney Fun? I know who you think you are. I don't know what site you think you're on, and I don't know how much you think you're paying me, but it ain't enough for me to show my goat. Ezri, dang, I might try it out. One should go, out. Should I go for a mullet right now? I have long hair. By the way, I'm a woman. I would have assumed. I only know Ezri. Am I saying that right? I only know an Ezra, who is a man. So I'm glad you said a woman. I don't know about the mullet on a woman. I'm just talking opinion here. I have no idea what you look like. I don't know what your hair looks like. So you just do whatever you want. I'm trying to think of a woman mullet, and the only thing I can think of is like a trailer trash representation. I'm not saying that's what it has to look like. But what about like Stranger Things? Did Winona Ryder, was hers a mullet? Who had a mullet? Somebody had a mullet in there. It looked good. Yeah, give it a shot. I'm for mullets. I don't know. I've come back around on them. I used to think mustaches with no beard were terrible, like only perverts had those. And now I'm back around. I wish I had a chin that I could do it. Yeah. And then mullets, same way. I'm for them. You can really make them look bad, though, too. I think you got to have some confidence to pull those off. The confidence really makes the difference. Simply Ray, I'm 16, 221, and my PR for deadlift is 425. I think it's beautiful. I'm also just almost exactly 221, so I know that ain't easy to do. So jealous am I. Yeah, I'm getting back, though. Don't you worry. I have done, here's the thing, Simply Ray. I haven't done it, so it doesn't matter. This doesn't count. I have gone up and down so much. So when I did my 410 deadlift, I was not working out consistently for a while. Probably my best lift on the deadlift, it was 395 for a set of 5. So I feel like on that day, which I'm not there anymore, so it is what it is. I feel like on that day, I surely could have done a 425 with you. But if you don't do it, you don't do it. That's just me guesstimating. Simply Ray, you're strong, and that's good. You doing your other lifts, you got to get them squats. People don't like doing squats. Got to do them squats. They're probably the most important. Get them presses in, bench press. That's all I care about. Alrighty, Yuri Ben, are the trips worth it for you? Hopefully they are. Your content is gold. Why, thank you, Yuri Ben. Yuri Ben Nunn. Yuri Ben Nunn. Yuri Ben Nunn. I don't know if I'm saying something weird. Yes, they are worth it. They are so worth it. So we have gone through different ways of like making it worth it for me. I don't know if they're worth it for Brandon. He brings me unbelievable amount of value, and I try to return the favor, but I don't know if I'm holding up my end of the bargain that much for his side there. But yeah, no, they've been good. So I got 6 videos. This video that came out on Sunday there, the silver video, was my last one. So the rest from here on out until I go back down, which I don't have any plan of that right now. So who knows? That could be 6 months from now or a year. Who knows when that'll be? Will just be me. And yeah, anything with Brandon in it just gets more views. So I have had one video that has done really well without Brandon, which has gotten over 100,000 views on my own, which feels really good, and I need to do more of those. But yeah, it's just like having a guarantee. Even like if you guys watched today's video, the silver video, I hope you all enjoyed it. It was just a really rushed, and it didn't turn out that it was kind of a letdown. We melted silver, we poured it on stuff, and the results were just kind of meh. And so it is what it is. But even that one gets a ton of views because Brandon's funny, and yeah, he just brings a lot of views, as you guys probably all already know, because most of you are probably here because of Brandon. So yeah, fruitful for me. Simply Ray 395 for 5. Why, thank you. Is mental. I appreciate that very much. When I stopped there, Simply Ray, sorry, I keep coming back to this weight stuff. I stopped there because I was afraid of 400. It is such a mental thing. I was like 395 was hard, and I'm just so bummed. And so I have a workout buddy who I introduced to it, like it's probably been 18 months ago or a year ago, and he was little and I'll say skinny. He was like 160 pounds. He was a shorter guy. And anyways, he is just, the one thing he does is he's just consistent. He just keeps going. So just this Saturday, he pulled a 430. Yeah, 430 for a set of 5. And it's like, darn it, I know I can do that. But it's being inconsistent and getting in your head about things. So 395 was hard. And then I just started skipping workouts, man. It's not like I failed or anything at that weight. And it's like, next weekend I could have done 400, a little bit of rest, and then just could have been going from there. I'd have been at 500 pounds by now if I knew what I was doing. All right, sorry. Alicia, what is it about the Shrek Guy's chin, if I can spell? Yeah, you got it right. You all have perfect chins. We have not seen my chin, so it's not true. It's not true. I have hardly a chin at all. That's the problem with it, Alicia. And, sometimes you just have to be man enough to admit that. I have a funny story about my dad. He was at a Walmart with my sister. My sister has big, long, red, curly hair, and everywhere she goes, she gets compliments for it. It's because it's very striking. It's like Meredith off of the cartoon Brave. It looks exactly like that. Anyways, I love your hair. And my dad's with her, and he's kind of, a silly guy, as you guys might imagine. And he's like, oh, what about me? And she looks at him, and it's just some random lady. She's like, a striking jawline. And it was the biggest lie of all time, because we've always made fun of the old chins. But anyways, oh, thank you, EasyBD. You did some research. Volcano is in Kaitam area. I don't even know where that is. It's currently streaming. Maybe you're up soon. I don't even know. Is that Alaska? I guess it is. I've heard about it. Never heard the name. Barb Andrews, do you jump on and break things at home or just at Brandon's place? Just at Brandon's. Little backstory here. I should probably get back on talking about Alaska springtime. That's okay. We get to talk about what we want here. Backstory of me breaking things is I have always been hard on stuff, and that's still the case. I don't try to break things at home, but so many times I broke glasses as a kid, like glasses you drink out of, and even still, like I'm the first one to break stuff. There's like a point when you're like, I don't know, let's say like trying to unscrew something, and you're like, I should probably stop, something's going to break. That in my mind, I can't stop the thing. It's like, I need to, you've done too much, or I'm cranking on something. Why is this not coming off? I twisted the bolt off. Whatever it is, I do tend to be a little harder on things. My vehicles, I do my best. I want to maintain, I want things to last for a long time, but there is something naturally about me that just really wants to break stuff. And not that I'm even trying to break it, but when I'm trying to like do stuff, I don't know. You can ask my mom. She's probably on here somewhere. I've always kind of been rough on things. So the videos for me, because a big reason of going down with Brandon is like we just were talking. I was like, man, as an adult, you just don't get to do stuff like that. You don't get to do what I said literally was, you don't get to do a bunch of stupid stuff. And he's like, I do stupid stuff every week. You should come down and do stupid stuff with me. And that's literally how that conversation started. So the idea of like breaking things, this last video that came out on Brandon's channel about the prop furniture, that was a ton of fun. Really enjoyed that. Probably my worst injury on that one was not terrible. But when I fell off the step stool, if you guys watched that video, and it's just a little step stool, so I was probably only up 2 feet. But I fell off onto my knees, which wouldn't have been so bad, except the bat from earlier in the video was on the ground, and I landed like right on my shin. And that sucker was swollen for, at least a month. It was a long time going away. I was like, why is this taking so long? It didn't really affect me any, but if I touched it, it was a little sensitive. Alicia, I assume it's the same perfect family chin. No, Alicia, you're wrong. It is the same chin, but it ain't perfect. It ain't perfect. My brother got it too, man. He's probably got more of a chin than me, though. Simply Ray, you got it, man. I've been training for years. I did CrossFit for a while to train cardio and muscle memory form, and it helps a ton. Well, good. And you're 16, so you couldn't have been training for that many years. But way to go. Alrighty. AK Blake, what's in that box in the background? You guys want to know? A little sneak peek of what's to come. It's nothing exciting. You guys are going to be really upset. Little unboxing here of things I buy for myself. I should do unboxing videos. Nobody sends me stuff, so I have to buy it myself. These are, I don't want to open them up because it makes a mess. These are pipe cleaners. A bunch of pipe cleaners in there. I got candy canes. Beard ornaments. That'll be a fun one. Toothpicks. Plastic forks. If you guys can guess what I'm doing with that, I'll let you know if you're right. That's all for the same video. So anyways. Hey, Shelby Miles. Shelby, boy or girl? I've known, anyways, it doesn't matter actually. You can be boy or girl. Who cares? I gotta stop asking that. My wife's name is Shelby, so I always like a good Shelby in my life. Leslie Marie, yes, we called it clumsy. Yeah, I was a little clumsy too. I feel like I'm an elite athlete now with reflexes like a cat. So I don't want to call myself clumsy, Mom. Come on, Mom. Mom. Jesus is King is here. Yo. Piano. Ooh, that sounds not that good. I forgot what I was talking about now. So that flew over my head. Sorry about that. All right, EasyBD, what's your favorite animal? I'm going to the zoo, and we'll try to find and take a picture of my old camera. If it's at the zoo, it won't be at the zoo. Almost assuredly. But the pangolin, not a penguin. People always think I'm saying penguin. The pangolin. And if you guys don't know what a pangolin is, can I share my screen somehow? I always do this crap. There's probably a way. I don't know. I don't want to show my whole screen and then I pull up something weird. Nothing weird on my computer, but something personal, I should say. Leisha, we could totally send stuff. Chin prosthetics. Stop it, Leisha. Let go of the chin thing. It's hurt my feelings. Not really. Don't care. But anyways, yeah. Just send it to Brandon. You guys got Brandon's P.O. box, right? Just put my name on it. Next time I'm down there, I'll get it. My wife can't deal with all the crap I buy now. It's a very different life. Once a week, I have to order stuff for like the next video, right? And I don't do near what Brandon does, but I always need some kind of supply to do something pretty much. And yeah, it's just a lot. So we're always getting stuff from Amazon, which you would think would be a lot of fun. But usually it's toothpicks and plastic forks. It's not that fun for the most part. Amanda Cook, are you decorating your beard? Close enough, Amanda. I'll give it to you. Yes, I'm going to be trying to break a few records. We will see how it goes. I don't want to get you guys too excited, but some beard records. So that is actually what I'll be shooting this week, and you guys will see it whenever you see it, maybe in a few weeks here. My turnaround time is a lot quicker, like 2-3 weeks from when I shoot, you'll actually get the stuff. Hey, Jeanette, I'm glad you caught me live. EasyBD, maybe if you set up a P.O. box, we can send you stuff. I'm telling you, just send it to Brandon. He doesn't mind. I'm saying this. I'm going to get down there next time and be like, what are you doing here? Let's see, Marie, haha, the chocolate milk incident comes to mind. Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, let me just give you guys the chocolate milk incident. It's not that funny. It's funny in our family for whatever reason, and I think I cried at the time. I was a very sensitive boy, but I had one of those Yoo-Hoo milkshakes. If you're not from America, it's like shelf-stable chocolate milk, which I don't know how they do that. It's called Yoo-Hoos or Yahoos? Yoo-Hoo. I think it was Yoo-Hoo. Anyways, I forgot to put the lid on, and I would shake them up because they kind of settle, and just like goo, and we're sitting at the dinner table. I'm just like splashing chocolate milk on the wall behind me, shoo, like 4 or 5 times before I realized like what's going on. My mom was like, stop. So, I didn't mean to, Mom. But what's funny about that, I don't know, it's not that funny. And next part's probably not that funny either. But I have a video somewhere. What's my wife doing? The same thing happened. It was not a Yoo-Hoo, but she was shaking some drink. I think it was like a green smoothie, like a whatever smoothie drink that you buy prepackaged. And she forgot to put the lid on. Man, it was the happiest day of my life. It's like retribution, like a decade later after that happened. Hey, Heather, how you doing? Simply Ray, what's been your favorite video that you've been in with Cam and Brandon? I still think the favorite one to shoot of Cam and Brand's. Okay, so my favorite of all time now is not Brandon's video. Okay, let me just answer the question. Brandon's video would be the giant size thing. That was the one I had the most fun in. I don't know, like watching the video, I can't tell because I liked so much about getting it, about being there. Like it was just fun. So I don't know if it was like the greatest video, but I enjoyed the time I had. But my favorite video I've shot and has been released is actually my video. Thank you very much. And it's just my style, but the prank item videos, which I thought I almost didn't do that video. I was telling Brandon, I was like, these are just a bunch of cheesy prank things. And like, I'm not someone, you guys may have noticed, like, I don't really do like the characters very well. I don't like pretend very well. Like I'm just kind of me for the most part. And I try to amplify it on camera and whatnot as best I can. But I'm not like, I'm usually not hamming up things as much as the boys are good at doing. So anyways, the prank items, I was like, I don't know, man, what are we going to do with these? And then Cam was going to be at the house. And I was like, I think Cam is probably the best to have in here to just like get some extra footage. I feel like it's going to be too short. We're not going to have what we need. And anyways, that has been my favorite video to shoot. It was the most fun to edit. I think it is absolutely hilarious. I love that one so much. And that is like the epitome of what I would want to do next time I go down and shoot with them. So I learned something every time. The other videos I did, I liked as well for differing, but that one has been my favorite all time. Yuri Ben Nunn, 150. Holy smokes. Is that $1? What are these things? Is that a different kind of money? I can't tell. Either way, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. Really excited to be introduced to your content. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, my dearie dear. And that's as far as I can go. I wish I could do more for you. I feel like I have to really juice it up. But I am obviously very appreciative. That ain't no lie. That ain't no lie, Yuri. That ain't no lie. Amanda Cook, man, I miss Yoo-Hoos. A lot of people pronounce the Yahoos, but it was definitely Yoo-Hoo. Thank you. I never know if it's a Mandela effect, like Berenstain Bears. I'm reading those to my kids, and I'm like, these were always Stein. Berenstain? I think so. Anyways. Yofo Tomo. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Username, I should say. What size is Brandon's t-shirt? Another funny story about Brandon. It's been so long since we've talked, guys. Makes the hour go by quick. We were about to shoot a video, and he's like, oh, this shirt's getting too tight on me or something. I kind of misunderstood what he was saying. He's like, this shirt's getting too tight. I might have to move up to smalls. And I was confused because I was like looking at my phone or something, and I was like, small. I was like, it looks too tight. You might need to move up. And he's like, no, I would be moving up to a small. I thought he was in a medium and saying that he might want to get a small or something. And anyways, I got a good laugh out of that because he was in extra smalls. So I think he bounces between extra smalls and smalls, which is always fun to laugh at someone who's small, right? That's all I got on him. He's got the house and the money and the YouTube channel. So I make fun of how short he is. What else can I do? And he stinks. Stinky little fella. All right. Simply Ray, the part where the ball caught you in the throat was so funny, although it looked painful. That was legit painful, right in the Adam's apple. And I think that was the reason I was so loose. Like once that happened, I was feeling good, man. And the rest of the video, I just felt like I don't know. I felt like I wasn't in my head so much. It is really hard to not be in your head when you have a camera pointed at you. I'm hoping to get better. Yuri, the prank item one was so good. Thank you. Again, that was my favorite. It was just really good. Piano, it's 36 euros. Why? Thank you, Yuri. What is the what? How do you see the what? No, How do you see what the kind of dollar? What do you call it? It wouldn't be a dollar. Where do you go to see that? Can I click on it? I'll click on it again. No, whatever. Sorry, guys. I just want to say the name. Anyways, Yuri knows. Yuri, let me know. Barb Andrews, back to talking about the name. Oh, yeah. I'm just wondering how warm it is for you, because I find here in Nova Scotia it's still freaking cold. So over it, LOL. It is 45 degrees here right now, and it is feeling fantastic. Let me just peek outside. Oh, there goes my wife. The sun is almost out. We've had a lot of nice sunny days, and that is great. But it's still warm. It's been cloudy the past couple days, which I don't love. I want some. Hope you guys can't hear that. I keep playing with this thing. Anyways, yeah, no, so it is, so I already talked about breakup. It is 45 degrees. We should be getting warmer. For the most part, we're staying above freezing at night, which is, in my mind, this is not official or anything, but that is when the things really start to move, when you're not refreezing at night. So we're kind of getting to that point. It's 32 or something when I wake up in the morning. So spring is on the verge there. Another fun thing that happens in the springtime is we have the Tanana, what's it called? Tanana Lake... what's it called? Tripod? Not lake. Tanana River. Bet. Not the Ice Classic. Darn it. It's escaping my mind, and it's gonna kill me. It is the Nanana. Did I say? I said Tanana. That's why. It's supposed to be Nanana. The Nanana Ice Classic. So you, yeah, we have a 30-foot wooden tripod on the ice of the Tanana River, and then everybody places bets. I don't know when the last bet can go in, if it's already been done now. I don't know if it's broke up yet. Seems like we're close to that time. Anyways, so once a year, we have this huge tall tripod thing sitting on the ice. When it breaks and cracks in, you bet the date, the hour, the minute, the second, I believe, down to the second when you think it's going to break. And then it's just I guess a lottery is the wrong word because it's not random, but whoever's closest wins the bet and gets a ton of money. So I wonder how. I should have kept the Google open. I closed it down. So that's a really fun thing that happens in the springtime. I don't know if other places have something similar. So that one's good. And then just in general, as things get warmer in Fairbanks, people are coming out of their shell. So our, let me just look when our sunrise and sunset is. We are in the good zone. I believe it's more than 12 hours of daylight now. All right. Let's just see. Sunrise, sunrise, looks like heaven in your eyes. Okay, so sun sets at 9:53 and it rises at 5:40. Yeah, so we're well over the 12-hour of daylight mark. So that makes sense. We probably crested that a while ago. We have a ton of daylight. It is now becoming an issue with sleeping. You just can't sleep as much. I wake up in the morning way more energized, as opposed to the wintertime when you could sleep for 12 hours and still feel tired. That daylight is super helpful. I need to get one of those sunrise alarm clocks as a side note. But anyways, so we get more and more light, and people just want to do more and more stuff. Obviously, people are itching to get their house projects done. As a real estate agent, I get busier because people are buying their houses, they're ready to sell their house, they're more happy to move. So most of our stuff will sell when there's no snow on the ground. So the missing of the lives for the past 2 weeks, again, I apologize, but it will probably happen again. The wintertime is just way, way slower here. So anyways, people get to do their stuff and sleeping way, way less. Short, no brows. Okay, I missed something. Sorry. Jeanette Kane. Brandon also has a lack of eyebrows. I think he fills them in or something. He's got eyebrows. Nothing to compare to these bad boys. It's hard to keep them in line. You should see when I wake up in the morning. They're just all kind of crazy. All right, let's put those back down. Enough bashing on Brandon, am I right? A little short guy with no eyebrows. Amanda Cook, 74 here in East Tennessee. But the humidity and pollen is what will get you. Yeah, the 74 would get me. So you really do adapt to where you're at, which is probably surprising to no one. As a little side gig, I've been picking up assisting an engineer in town. And anyways, it's outside work. And at I don't know, 45, 50 degrees. I am sweaty. I am sweaty out there with no underlayers on. You almost thought I was going to say something else. I do have underwear on, but no underlayers on, just a t-shirt and jeans, or these now overalls. And anyways, I don't know. I get so stinking hot. I was like, man, I really wish we had like 40 degrees, about as hot as it needs to be when you're working outside. That's like the perfect temperature. But 50, 60, man, for just sitting around, you know, you do want that 60, 70. But if you're doing something, man, I just get sweaty so quick. Ashley, no, what is your favorite? Ashley, come on. Ashley, I bit my tongue saying it that time. I cannot get your name out. Ashley Knoll. What is your favorite part about living in Alaska? Also, I loved your daily life with Small Hands video. I'm glad you like that. Favorite part of Alaska? I love so much of Alaska. I think a lot of it comes down to the root cause of not having a ton of people in an area. Which is kind of sad. It makes me sound like I don't like people. I love people. I want there to be more humans. I have a lot of babies and all that. But, you know, just having a bunch of untouched is a wrong word because we do use it and stuff, but a bunch of nature around us, not a bunch of traffic. The people seem to look out for each other a lot more, and that may be more because of the cold weather. But I would say not having a lot of people really helps all the other things that I like about Alaska. And the reason we don't have a lot of people is because it's so stinking cold. However, if this global warming stuff keeps keeping up, I think there could be a mass like exodus. Does that mean moving away? A mass movement towards Alaska. And I don't know if it would come all the way up to Fairbanks because the dark wouldn't change. But I think having more mild winters, like Anchorage is already pretty big, not for some of you guys, but I think it's around 600,000 people in the Anchorage area, which is much further south. But yeah, if you're like having in Alaska, like whatever people are experiencing in Montana for winters, or even more, I keep thinking of the word tepid. I don't want to say tepid, but it doesn't matter. If it's an easier day than that, then I think Alaska is so awesome. And everybody knows how awesome Alaska is. They just don't want to deal with the weather. And that's what keeps their population low. So if that weather changes, I could see that changing in the future. But who knows? Piano. How was I bought questionable snacks from Greece to feed to Brandon Ferris, or trying the 11 weird food combos with Mr. Brandon Ferris video to film because it was with gross food. Yeah, so Brandon does not, at this point, he is, as you guys probably noticed on his own channel, he doesn't do any food stuff anymore. I think he messed his stomach up pretty good with spicy food. So I've yet to subject him to any spicy food. And I'm just trying to be nice. But he told me to do the snack boxes. He's like, you should do snack boxes. Everybody loves them. And those are pretty fun. Those aren't actually my favorite to shoot. I may do them again because people do seem to enjoy them. I like eating the snacks and stuff, but I don't know. They're not bad. They're just like a total neutral video for me. I'm not like super jazzed to shoot them. I know they'll do pretty well and people seem to like them. The weird food pairings, I love that. And like the whole pickled food video, I think that may be my greatest viewed video of all time in the next like couple months. I think that one will just keep going up. People really seem to like it and I really liked it as well. So I like all of that, but I don't know if I'll do them with Brandon anymore because again, he's basically got to take little nibbles of everything. And I don't know. It's just... It doesn't bother me food wise, but it stinks for him, I think, to subject him to that. But those are a lot of fun for me. Alrighty. Easy BD, what time is it in Alaska? Because it's 10:30 p.m. It is 1:30 here. p.m., of course. I'm not doing this in the morning, folks. Simply Ray, have you ever gone hunting or ice fishing or anything of that nature? I want to take a visit to Alaska so bad for the wildlife photography. Yeah. So yes, I've gone hunting and ice fishing. I've hunted for caribou. I've never got a caribou. I've hunted for mountain goat. I did get a mountain goat. I've hunted for moose. Never got a moose. And then I've hunted for a grouse, which is a little bird if you didn't know, and did get grouse. And then I went on a very short, it was not a very well planned hunt for snowshoe hares up here, so rabbits. Or a kin, and didn't get those either. So pretty unsuccessful hunter. I wouldn't call myself a hunter at all. In fact, just a guy who want to be a hunter. Fishing, yeah, I've done all kinds of fishing, cast netting and stuff. A really fun one I'm thinking about doing a video on. I think I'll video it and just see if I can make something out of it. Is the dip netting up here. So once you are a resident, after you've lived here for a year, you become a resident, and once you're a resident, you can do subsistence dip netting, which is just going down to a very specific river in Alaska. I don't guess it has to be just that river, but most people are going to just one river. as far as I know, the Copper River, and you catch a bunch of Copper River Reds, which are the best salmon in the whole entire world. They are so tasty, and you can even catch usually one king salmon. I've yet to get a king salmon. So Copper River Red salmons, they're big. They're, I don't know what they are, 5-10 pounds, 10-15 pounds, probably more likely on the hoof, as you would say, except they don't have a hoof. And then the king salmons are like 40 to 60 pounds or something. They're crazy huge. I just would love it. So, but yeah, basically just what it sounds like. You have a net in the water. You can't see in the water. It's completely full of glacier silt. Also, if you fall in the water, you die because the glacier silt just fills up all of your pockets and clothing and stuff, and you just get dragged to the bottom. So you don't really float in it. So it takes at least one person's life each year. So it is kind of dangerous. I do tie off and try to limit that danger. The first time I went was like weeks before my first daughter was born. I did not know how. No one like really told me. I was young, and I was like, yeah, a guy offered, hey, you want to come down? I was like, yeah. I didn't tie off or anything. I didn't think it was an issue, and rivers can be dangerous on their own, but this one in particular is just known to take some people. You just can't find anybody once they go under, basically, which is a bummer, but you can get a ton of fish. Sorry, just finish that thought off. When you go dip netting, it's been for a long time, 25 salmon per household, and then an extra 10 for every person in your household. So this year, now that we have 4 kids, 50, I should be able to get 75 salmon. I do plan to go again this year. We just ran out of salmon, or we're very close. So 75 nice big fat salmon. It's usually, like, if you're getting salmon up here, it's about $10 a pound. Probably more for a fillet, depending on where you're going, if it's on sale or whatever. So yeah, usually get a couple $100 pounds of it or something. It feels great. And you're like, I've got I don't know, $8,000 worth of salmon in my freezer. I always like to calculate that. But hey, Jesus is King says it's 5:30 where he's at. Yuri, your videos feel responsibly unhinged, which is what makes them great. Why, thank you. For the most part, I try to be responsible, not actually hurt myself. I'm not too concerned about a lot of things. There are some situations we've got in where I was like, ooh, that's not a good idea. I don't actually want to get hurt, as carefree as you guys might think I am. I care about my health quite a bit. Another side note, as far as I know, I've never broken a bone in my body. So take that, Mr. Clumsy. I think I'm more careful than anything. Brandon's probably broke 40, so take it. All right, Kadamasky. You actually talk. Hello, I've only ever seen you with Brandon and Cam. Yes, they take up a lot of space in the old talking world. Most people, I think, would think I'm a very talkative person, especially in Cam's video. If you watch me in Cam's video, I am a lump. I'm really trying, guys. I'm trying out there. But they've got their connection, and they're doing their thing. And then in Brandon's videos, I have a little more lines, you'll say. We don't do lines. It's all, made up on the spot kind of stuff. But I feel like I can get in a little more. And then, of course, my own videos, I do more because I'm leading the thing off. But, yeah. It's figuring that out. Alicia, Copper River, and Sockeye are the best. They're good. Here again, Brandon might literally break an entire room, but you'll come out with trying every type of item sold at a fish market, which is just such unique humor to it without the insanity. It just works. Why, thank you. I am trying my best. Hello, Rochelle, or some might say Rachel, from the UK. Good to see you from Alaska. Easy BD, gotta go. See you, buddy. Bye. Loretta Prey, wow, I caught alive. Howdy from Michigan. Hello to you. Jesus is King loves my videos. That's saying something, if you guys are wondering. Red Panda J, I recently watched the most dares in 24 hours. Which dare is your favorite dare or moment, or your least favorite dare or moment? Man, that was a slog of a video. We shot for a long time. I've talked about this before. I will say my least favorite was taking the pepper spray, but it wasn't that bad. Favorite dare? It's hard to say. I didn't really like any of them. I ate a bunch of butter. I don't know. What was my easiest one I had? I can't even remember now. It's been too long. But again, pepper sprayed and the butter are what stick in my mind so much. I was not excited about the butter, but I thought it'd be easy. Eating a stick of butter that one's rough. Barb Andrews, my 4-year-old, comes in and says, Mommy, is that guy who ate dirt? That is me. How did that taste anyways? It didn't look enjoyable. It tasted like dirt. What you would expect dirt to taste like, that's what it tasted like. It was very dry. It took the moisture just right out of your mouth. The gag was real. It kind of went back the wrong way because I wasn't actually swallowing it. I was planning to spit it out, but some of it got down, and then I was spitting up, mucusy dirt there for a while. Piano's also never broken a bone in his or her body. They are quite the pair, but you are super interesting. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. Butter. Okay, sorry. I got distracted again. I talk so much, and then I start wearing out. What has it been, 45 minutes? I think I made it a good long time. Let's talk a little bit more about Alaska, and then I'll close this one off. Okay, so springtime, we get all the melting, the snow, people are more active, people are wanting to do stuff, and the biggest thing we'll say about the summer is, and I'm trying to think of a good video idea for this, is the midnight sun. We just have daylight all around. I've talked about that before. It technically does set below the horizon for 4 hours, but it doesn't get dark. It's just like dusky. So you still can like read a book outside. So it's bright enough for anything you want to do. So it's basically light all the time. A funny thing that we have 2 military bases here, an Air Force and a Army base. And it is very common that they have to be warned basically, hey, don't mow your lawn like at midnight kind of thing, because people, they'll get on weird schedules with the military or just being young guys and girls, and you just won't think about it, and it'll be like 10, 11:30 at night, and you're out there mowing your lawn and people are trying to sleep. So that's kind of a fun little thing. And another great little item that not everyone knows about, I guess, if you don't know anything about Alaska, but side note, I've already shown this? Oh yeah, I've for sure shown that. I got distracted. Oh, the mosquitoes. We have huge mosquitoes here. So those have started coming out, which is a bummer. There are ways to deal with them, but yeah, it's just various mosquito bites that you'll get. But we don't have a bunch of other bugs, which is pretty nice. We have like ants and things, but side note, guys, I did a bug eating video, which will come out probably I don't know when this, maybe 2 weeks from now. I'm not sure when that one's going to come out. I should just let you guys watch the video. That's all I'll say about the bug eating video. But we don't have any of those big bugs that I ate. And your guys' timeline that I will eat in the future, but I have eaten them in the past in my own timeline. Anywho. What do you do in the summers? Heather asks. Well, Heather Houston, we do a lot of things, mostly outdoor activities. But kayaking, going to the lake, fishing, hunting is, I guess, like a fall thing, but you're doing the hunting, of course. I end up doing a lot of house projects. I like doing house projects. Last year, I basically did 0 house projects, and that was kind of fun in a way, but also a little depressing. So this year, we've got some house projects lined up that I'm excited about, and then, of course, selling a bunch of real estate, and now, like I said, assisting my engineer friend in his work as a little side gig, and now doing YouTube videos as well. So anyways, hey Randy, good to see you, or good to see your chat. I'm not actually seeing you. You know what I'm saying. Heather Houston, my husband said that daytime schedule sounds like where he lived in Sweden as a kid. Yeah, I believe Sweden is on the same latitude as we are here. Let's see. Latitude of Sweden, and of course it's a whole country. So they're at 60. Does it get less or more the further north you go? Because we're at like, Fairbanks is like lat 65. Let me click on this picture and I can just see. See, 65 would be further north. Okay, so they're like, yeah, they're in the same zone. So let me look at all these names are ridiculous. Sorry, Sweden. I'm trying to think if I've seen any of these to be helpful. Lixi, Bulletin, Skeleton. Oh, guys, speaking of Swedish people, although it might have been Norwegian, have you guys seen on Netflix Ibelin? Story of Ibelin. I don't know if it was just called Ibelin. It was about this kid who they find out he has a muscular like dystrophy disease or something, and he's losing his muscle as he gets older. So he starts getting into video games, and then he ends up dying. Sadly, it's not a spoiler. You figure this out. But his parents find out posthumously after he's dead. I was trying to sound fancy. That he had just spent all this time in World of Warcraft, and they had all his chat logs, and it keeps a log of like the emotes you do, like the hugs or whatever with other people, and the actions you take and where they were. And so they were able to recreate a lot of these like scenes of his life, and he was basically like living this life because he could just hardly move his fingers even in World of Warcraft. It was such a special movie. Man, that was a good one. You guys need to watch that. Ibelin, I believe. He lived in Skellefteå. All right. Well, I exited out, but I feel like I saw that. So I think we're almost at the same latitude. So it would be very, very similar to the same amount of daylight. I've always wanted to go over there and visit at least. I feel like I would fit right in. I want to be like a Viking and Norwegian and Swedishy. I don't know. I'm still very American too and very Alaskan. What is the most you've ever laughed with Brandon or Cam? I don't know what it would be. We're laughing all the time. I can't say the most. Oh, I can. When when Cameron does his transformation into a werewolf or whatever, that's been my favorite thing. And of course, I wasn't there. That was just a video they did. And when I did my prank video, I asked him to do that for me. Was it the prank video? I think so. Anyways. I just love that. I'll probably have him do it again. Next video he's in for me. Alrighty. Can you type the movie out so I can check it out? All right. I think it's Ibelin. Let me just Google it, and then I'll have to get going here. Ibelin movie. There's too many vowels. I'm getting it. Ibelin. Okay. The remarkable. Okay. Here we go. Okay. The remarkable life of I forgot how to spell it again. Ibelin. Booyah. You got it. The Remarkable Life of Ibelin. Can't remember how it's pronounced. That was really good. Jax the Man, Blake the Naughty Kneebar Knight. Thank you, Jax. I was wondering where you were. I was like, he must have run out of puns, alliterations to give me in the jiu-jitsu. And the real reason I wanted you here, Jax, and maybe you've been here the whole time, but I've just missed your comments. I apologize. But is next Tuesday, which won't matter to you, but next week, I am doing a jiu-jitsu video. We will see how it turns out. I think it's going to be pretty hilarious, and I think you'll probably see me get choked out quite a bit. So that should be pretty darn good. Which dare was your favorite to watch others do? Red Panda. The peanut butter, getting covered in peanut butter. I kind of wish he had done more peanut butter. Brandon getting into the lube is always fun to watch. When Cam had to speak in an accent and got sticky note armor. I don't know if all of these made the cut. I can't remember how the video went now. But anyways, we had to give him sticky note armor. That was pretty hilarious. It's kind of hard to like convey. I think the video is, I hope you guys like the video and stuff. I don't want to speak negatively about it. But the night was really special. The night was a lot of fun. I don't know if the video caught that same magic. I hope it did. But anyways, it was pretty hilarious. Kat's definitely going to watch this movie. You love the World of Warcraft and crying. You will cry. I did not cry, but I certainly, as a father and watching like the father speak at the funeral and stuff, I was pretty choked up there. I'll tell you that. I would never admit to crying though. Blue Sky, I'm not going to call Brandon. No, not going to happen. I've been asked that almost every live, and the answer is always the same. I don't know if it's always Blue Sky asking though, but alrighty. Jackson, man, I was actually... you were in jiu-jitsu for the last hour. Good. That is way better than being here. Yes, Tuesday will be epic. It's going to be great. I want you to know Tuesday at 2 o'clock Alaska time, you're going to feel, my chat went away. Where'd it go? Anyways, what happened? Can't see my chat. I was about to finish this one off anyway, so that works out really good. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and next time we will talk about something for a little bit that's in the title, and then the rest of the time I'll just talk to you about whatever you want to talk about, because that's basically what happens. Because I think of a subject that I could talk about for about 3 minutes, and I need to do better about that, but I probably won't. So anyways, good to see everybody. If you're saying something in the chat, I can't read it, but you're all great. I'm great. See you next week.